Yes, like we say, it's called Saving Buddy, and it takes us right back to the moment that you came across that crate. You just happened to be on this road in many respects.
Yeah.
You weren't really meant to be there. It was a meeting that was supposed to happen.
Definitely.
But it was an awful moment. Can you describe just what you did see when you discovered there was a little dog in there?
So at first, he'd been dumped in a crate on some land which I can only describe as being used for fly tipping. There was lots of rubbish, rubble around. And at first, I thought I was looking at a dead dog.
You got back into the car on the longest 86-mile drive to get to a vet. I'm sure it was just dreadful, not thinking you would even survive the drive at that point.
Yeah.
And the vets had said it was one of the worst cases of neglect they'd ever seen.
Yeah. So Buddy, on the way home, I'd wrapped him in a towel and I kept checking that he was still alive because his breathing was that shallow. The smell, all I can describe, rotting flesh, it was terrible. And when we got him to the vet, he gave a very guarded prognosis and really wasn't sure whether he would survive. But I decided from that day that no matter how long he had, he was coming home and I was going to show him the love that he should have had from day one.
Of course, of course. And in many respects, and it's like you say in the book, you were meant for each other at that point in your life as well, Nicola,
yes.
because you'd sort of gone through a bit of a tough time yourself.
Yeah.
And it was just love that you both needed.
Exactly, yeah. I found Buddy. I had been through a tough time. I was living with friends at the time, and he was the focus that I needed. So everyone says I saved Buddy, but I think it's a little bit the other way around as well.
Yeah, no, of course. And there were lots of complications again in those early stages. He had to have his tail amputated at one point.
Yeah.
And he was wearing little socks all of the time because he was biting away at his paw. There were just lots of little things and lots of hurdles that you had to try and overcome all of the time.
Yeah.
But you were so determined. He's just spotted himself, I think, on the camera there. So determined to make him okay.
Yeah, there was lots of hurdles that we went across. His paws were very sore. I had to bandage his paws just so he could stand up.
No.
From being in his own urine and being left in his own mess, it just burnt his paw pads away.
My goodness me, how anyone can leave an animal in that state, it is utterly beyond me. You soon realised that Buddy was a really clever, sensitive, intelligent dog. And it was your friend Phyllis, wasn't it?
Yes.
And he followed Phyllis around.
Yeah, that's right. So when I had to go back to work, Buddy used to stay with a friend, an elderly friend, and he was a bit of company for her. But she had diabetes, and Buddy picked up on this very early on. She realised that after she'd taken the medication, Buddy would relax and go back to his normal self.
He could sense that the insulin was dropping, that she needed to take her. That's incredible. I mean, we hear dogs being trained to do that.
Yeah.
But he naturally had the ability to do it. And congratulations, you're expecting your second little baby. And Buddy knows that too.
Yeah, he definitely knows. He becomes very clingy when I'm pregnant. He quite often lays with his head on my tummy. And if I'm not feeling great on days, he won't go for a walk. If my husband tries to take him for a walk, he'd prefer to stay with me.
No, he wants to stay with Mummy.
Yeah.
Oh, Buddy. It really does dispel all of the myths and the stories that we hear about Staffies nowadays. They get a terribly bad press, Nicola, and I know you're on a campaign almost to try and change that image and that view, because it really is deeply unfair on a breed.
They don't always show their best when they're in kennels because they are sensitive. They do get quite et up being in a kennel, so when people come to see them, they don't always look their best. But I just say give it time, spend some time with that dog, because you won't be disappointed. If you have a problem dog, one thing I always say is look at what's at the other end of the lead.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's the human that's to blame and not the dog.
Yeah, well, look, I'm so delighted you met each other, because look at that gorgeous dog, he just adoring you. Thank you, Buddy. Yes, that's it. You can lie there for as long as you want. You look very relaxed.
Very relaxed on here.
And congratulations, Nicola. Good luck with everything too.